Well, we've gotten off to a foggy start this morning, and that's going to start to clear back up as we get into about 8 and 9 o'clock. But until then, we want to slow down out on some of those roadways. We're also tracking a cold front that's going to work its way through mid-Missouri. You can see those winds going to be flipping out of a more northwesterly direction by this evening. But out ahead of that, still going to be nice and toasty for our Thursday, back into those upper 80s. There may be just enough here that we see some of these showers start to get up and going. There's that frontal boundary right there. Here's how Future Track has this unfolding as we get into later portions for our Thursday. Really nothing terribly impressive, but we may get caught underneath one or two of these showers later on as we head into this afternoon and evening. Anything after about 8 o'clock, though, is going to be too far to our south and east. Along with that humidity, you can see that thing just getting swept off that direction as we head into Friday, and that's going to set us up for a spectacular start to this Labor Day weekend as we get into Friday and Saturday, really, for that matter as well. Really not going to be anything terribly hot or humid. It will be a touch warmer, though, by Sunday. That's out ahead of yet another frontal boundary. We're going to be doing this all over again, it looks like, by Sunday, where we see some of these spot rain chances here. It looks like those are trying to sneak more so into Tuesday as we get into the middle of this week. But that's where a lot of the questions start to enter the picture. Here's a look at that 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. And again, we were tracking this over the last couple of days. We were thinking this is more of a slam dunk. It may be a little bit less in terms of that, a little more uncertainty starting to enter the equation as we get into the middle of next week. Again, still pretty far out there. This is how we think something could be unfolding by this weekend. Those northwesterly winds going to keep us nice and comfortable as we get into this weekend. But watch what happens here as the bottom of this trough almost kind of falls out, and this thing starts to retrograde back toward the west. And if it moves too far to the west, that's not good news for us. That's not going to be bringing that autumn-like weather that we've been thinking we were going to get by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, because it turns those winds more so out of the southwest, and that'll kind of hold up this frontal boundary that we're going to be tracking as we get into about Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Again, still a lot of time to track this, but what we're kind of pinning it down to is one of two different scenarios. Either that front's going to make it all the way through, and that's going to be spelling some fall-like weather, and it's going to be cold enough that we've seen maybe some lows getting back into near 50 or even the 40s showing up here on some of that data, or that front's going to actually stall out, and that spells a soggy middle of the week here as we get into about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Right now, though, models are about 20 to 35 degrees apart from each other, so we're just going to have to set it and let them kind of sort themselves out as of right now. There's not a whole lot we can do about that as we get into the middle of next week. That's on the other end of that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast. Until then, it's going to be nice and quiet, it looks like, aside from maybe those spot rain chances this afternoon. Some gorgeous weather on Friday, warmer by this weekend, and then as we head into Monday, it looks like those rain chances may be trying to avoid Labor Day altogether. We'll continue to track that, though, as we get a little bit closer.